Welcome to Silverstone.
Looking behind me over my shoulder, you can see that we are at a very special place, and of course it is special because this is Silverstone. It's the home of the British Formula One Grand Prix, it's the home of the British Motorcycle MotoGP, and this weekend it's the home of the Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar Championship Round 9. And a big thank you to Midtherm Flue Systems, our television partner for this weekend. Gets us to Silverstone, as I say, for round 9. Saturday race and a Sunday race. Sunny, absolutely sunny, but Tim Reeves on Saturday did everything he had to do. The Saturday race yielded the championship for Tim and Tristan Reeves. All they had to do was beat Andy Peach by a handful of points, and they did that with aplomb. So Tim Reeves then, Tim and Tristan, the 2013 Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar champions, already wearing the T-shirts. It's been a good season for him. One more race to come, of course, this weekend, and that's the one we're going to be focusing on. The first to congratulate Tim Reeves, Ben Birchall, who he eclipsed in this first race, and a good scrap it was. But the champions are crowned, and all eyes then on race 2. But let's have a look at the result. Let's see how they finished up. Ben Birchall chased him all the way to the flag. Half a second adrift at the end, Ben and Tom Birchall. Ben Holland, Lee Watson completed the podium. Roger Lovelock, Aki Alto. The BMW goes from strength to strength. Andy Peach needed a better result than 5th, but that's the best we could get from him. Gary Horspold, Paul Napton still getting finishes there on the Honda. Good for them. Roger Body picks up a point in 15th. Well done, congratulations. I've spoken to Ben Birchall as well. He sends his congratulations. You rode a blinder, well done.
Yeah, I went off too early, didn't I, and pushed too hard on the very first 4 or 5 laps, and I done my rear tyre, so I got a big lead, but then obviously his tyre came back towards the end and he dragged us back, but it's good, wasn't it?
Certainly was. Champions, how does it feel?
Yeah, good, mate, yeah. I mean, I'm over the moon. He's just come back from winning 7 World Championship races on the trot, so I couldn't let him come to England and beat us, could I?
No. What about tomorrow then? Another race yet?
I'm not too worried about tomorrow. I'm going to have a few beers tonight, and we'll have to see, won't we? I'm not too worried. The job's done now, and massive thanks to Robin Croft from SNT and all my sponsors. Mark Wood, his brains, who works for Paul Bird's team, he prepared the engine for me for this week, and it's been brilliant. I'm over the moon, yeah.
Well done. Silverstone, when were you last here?
2004, so quite a while ago, yeah.
Done well, haven't you?
It was alright, mate, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's good.
Well done, champ.
Cheers, mate, thanks.
So, the Reeves family and friends brigade up there on the podium, celebrating, all wearing the T-shirts. They had those printed well in advance. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion. What it does, though, is set up the grid for the second race here at Silverstone. Pole position then for Reeves, Birchall, Lovelock and Holland there right on row 2. Barry James and young Sam Christie flew. They're on row 4 alongside Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charwood. Johan Reuterholt, good to see him back alongside John Clark. Moving on to row 7, Ian Drown and Craig Chaplow. Case Endevelt's been struggling again here with arm pump. Edwards alongside Roger Body. And at the back, Ian Guy with Rick Lawrence. Good to see him back. It's been an absolutely glorious day here. Race Sunday at Silverstone. It's late in the day, very hot still though. We're on the grid for race 2. 4th in race 1 yesterday afternoon, reigning champions, but it's all gone now because Tim Reeves won the championship in yesterday's race, so he's riding for fun and the money. But a great podium in race 1 for Ben Holland and Lee Watson. Their points are vital for them because when we go to Brands double points, they could clinch second in the championship. Here for the first time at Silverstone, Ben and Tom Birchall, having already won the silver medal in the FIM World Championship, chased Tim Reeves home yesterday to within that close. They were really, really close, and they set a new lap record in the process. But as ever, we're still waiting for the pole position man, Tim and Tristan Reeves. Always take their time getting to the grid, but they are indeed British champions for the Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar Championship. They lifted it yesterday. I think it's worth watching them come through. They're making their way through. Here they come, Tim and Tristan Reeves to take up pole position. It's 8 laps. British champions have lined up. A reduced distance was 9, but an issue with the Superstock class meant that the whole programme was knocked back a bit. That's why it's so late in the day. The sun very low. That could be a problem here at Silverstone with the sunlight. Now look at that. Hegarty right at the back of the grid had a broken gear linkage, so his woes continue, and that's where the battle is. Apart from what's going to be happening at the front between those guys, Birchall and Reeves, you've got to look at Holland, Hegarty and Peach, because Holland is only 21 points adrift of Andy Peach in the championship, so an awful lot to play for, and away they go, riding with Ben Holland and Lee Watson on the Finning Cat Suzuki. In the sun, you're going to get a perspective now when we turn around into the sun. Most of these riders wearing dark visors by necessity because of the low sun. It's a beautifully clear sky, but the angle of the sun is going to be a problem. Reeves, though, out in front. Reeves on the Suzuki, SMT Racing Suzuki, chased by the Mitchells of Mansfield Suzuki of Ben and Tom Birchall, assisted very much so by Crescent Motorcycles, so synonymous with Suzuki Racing. And look at the speed of that as it goes by. Ben Birchall alongside, but no Tim Reeves good on the brakes. In his first race interview, you heard him say that he's delighted with the engine. It's fast. It's going to need to be fast as well to stay ahead of the number 16 Crescent Suzuki underneath Ben and Tom Birchall. Winners of 7 World Championship. Oh, dear me. Squeezing through behind Andy Peach, Ben Holland. Winner of 7 World Championship races on the trot, Ben Birchall. So we know he's quick. Lovelock Alto in 3rd. There's Peach in 4th. Now the battle for 2nd in the championship is between those guys. I can see Johan Reuterholt was in there. Tony Brown was also in there flying. Tony Brown with Ashley Hawes this weekend. And there he goes. Tony Brown and Hawes goes through number 57. Tony Brown going really, really well. But let me tell you, he's actually had to go around the paddock, put his hand up and say, I'm going to be riding with a tuned engine. Everybody said, okay, Tony, you can do it. But he had to own up to the fact he's using his Bemsey Championship engine, which is tuned. Regulations in the Eastern Airways F1 Championship say stock engines only. So through, oh, on the grass. I was going to say through, they're in deep, deep trouble. Ben Holland, Lee Watson on the grass and regaining some way down, just ahead of Gary Horsepole and Paul Napton. So the Finning Cat Suzuki went grass tracking, and that lost them, dropped them out of the points hunt with Andy Peach, number 4, in your picture now. There's Andy Peach. There's Tony Brown. Then it's Ricky Stevens. Then it's Johan Reuterholt. I said he was riding strongly. Then it's Barry James. Let's have a look, see if we can see what happened. Ben Holland running wide. Yeah, once you're on the grass, you've just got to keep it straight. You can't turn quickly. You can't stop in a hurry. Has to regain his composure. Rupert Archer, number 7. Oh, Ian Guy and Roger Body. Ian Guy and Roger Body swapping paint. The Santander Salt Suzuki getting through. Oh dear me, Jamie Wynn puts his hand up as much to say, what are you playing at, guys? At the front though, Reeves and Reeves, Birchall and Birchall. Breaking away now, but Lovelock and Alto, oh, not another retirement for Sean Hegarty and James Neve. His woes continue. Dear me, what an upset. Broken gear lever in the first race. Well, it's running, so he's in pit lane, but I don't know what the problem is. Maybe we'll find out before the end of the day. Tim Reeves, 2013 champion, crowned at the end of play yesterday. Under some pressure now. There is no love lost on track between these two drivers, I can tell you, and not a great deal. Put it this way, they are not on each other's Christmas card lists. Such is the rivalry between these two crews. It is intense. They are drivers at the top of their game, passengers too, of course, and it is very, very fierce. Both former world champions. 2009, the Birchalls won it. Through they go again, same place. Wonderful shot there, and again on the brakes. Tim Reeves just holds them off into the left-hander, just keeps them at bay. Tristan Reeves over the side. You have to admire these passengers, don't you? The way they move their weight, not just to keep the balance, but also to keep the drive, the traction, the steering. They don't just move from side to side, they move backwards and forwards as well, transferring their body weight to maximise the drive. Tristan Reeves, it's fair to say, has more body weight than Tom Birchall, who's fairly slight build, very fit, extremely fit, and you'd have to be. 2:12.696. That is just a fraction outside his own lap record. 2:12.634. Barry James and young Sam Christie out of the running, but it's been a good 2013 for Barry James on the John Cable Racing Suzuki. He has gone well. None of the wild behaviour we saw 2 seasons ago. He's really got his act together, now riding very, very steadily and quickly. Riding very quickly and not quite so steadily at the front, this pair. Tim Reeves still leads, but stalking him round now. 8 laps in which to do it of this 3.66 mile Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. And as they navigate that, we'll pick them up after the break. Welcome back to Silverstone and the Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar Championship Round 9 in association with Midtherm Flue Systems, our television partner for this weekend. And we have a cracking battle at the front between 2 former world champions, Tim and Tristan Reeves, number 77. Actually, the cheeky devil has put number 1 on there, so we effectively have 2 number 1s in this race. Roger Lovelock, the outgoing champion, and Tim Reeves, the incoming champion. So quite what the regulations say about that, I don't know, but there it is. We all know who he is, the SMT Robin Croft Racing. Pit lane going out now. They come up towards Copse Corner into the right-hander at Copse. We are with Tim Reeves at Copse. Then they go 5th, 6th gear, flat out towards Maggots and Beckett's. Down they go to this little right-left flick. Over the line following. Ricky Stevens there in 6th place, so that's good. Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charwood will be in 2014 teaming up with Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett in a 2-bike team, so we all look forward to that. John Holden and Andy Winkle retiring their F1. F2 champions already this year. Former Isle of Man TT winner John Holden has pledged his allegiance to the Eastern Airways Championship for the rest of the 2013 season. Look at this battle now then for 3rd place. Andy Peach would love to be 3rd. Ahead of him, Roger Lovelock on the Driver Wolf BMW, which we know is very quick. Up comes the wheel of Tim Reeves, just popping up. Tristan not working that bend because you can't really work it. It's too quick to get from left to right, so you have to stay pretty neutral and trust to the driver's good sense and judgment. Out of the slipstream, going into the right-hander. Ben Birchall taking another look. Oh, this is great stuff. Nip and tuck. Now, is Reeves going to make it the double here? We're looking at the new champion. Is he going to go on to maximum points and maximum prize money here at Silverstone? Ben Birchall, winner of the last 7 World Championship races, has other ideas. Tom's backside just kissing the tarmac there. That's how close they are, just 4 inches literally, and you can see the driver's feet. If you look underneath, you can see their toes poking down alongside. We're on a pit wall camera here. Whose garage is it? Well, I don't know. It's a pretty good picture. All the pit crews have an idea of what's going on because we are enjoying live television coverage here as well, so we have the blessing really of the pit lane monitors telling them what's going on. 1 more round to go. We move from here to Brands Hatch, where there are double points up for grabs, and that's going to make the battle for the minor placings very, very interesting indeed. This man can do no more. He's already won the championship, but he would love to go out in style with a double win at Brands, and I do hope we see Ben and Tom Birchall at Brands Hatch. They have yet to confirm their entry. It would be good to see this battle resumed down in Kent. In the sunlight here, you can see the bumps as well on that corner there. Ben Birchall's head just nodding. Now this is where he's fast. Just watch. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? Is Tim Reeves going to effectively block him out? But he's going on the right-hand side. But no, Tim Reeves is so good on the brakes again, having to maintain terrific corner speed here. I can tell you, Tim Reeves was about 5th or 6th fastest through the start-finish speed trap and 7th fastest through the intermediate speed trap, so his bike is by no means the quickest in a straight line. What he does by virtue of the fact that he is so smooth, maintains corner speed, and is a demon on the brakes. Here we go again. Ben Birchall, is he going to pop out as they go into Copse? Round they go, then off down towards Maggots. Oh, here they go. Great stuff. Oh, the leg of Tom Birchall pops up as he throws himself across the right-hander. You just sense, don't you, that there's something happening here. The Mitchells of Mansfield, Suzuki, Ben Birchall on board, just stalking. Tim is not getting away this time. In the first race, his tyres went off. Ben's tyre came back and enabled him to close within a fraction at the end, but he's on the inside now. Ben Birchall is going for the line. Round the outside goes Reeves. Is he going to manage to shut him out and deny him the position? No, still the long way round. It's Birchall. Birchall has got it. Half a machine length, and then he closed the gap. There was nowhere for Reeves to go, and Ben and Tom Birchall lead this second race here at Silverstone. Honours even. There's Birchall's board, already out of date because at the point they loaded it, he was second. Now he's in the lead, and away they go. I can't see Tim Reeves settling for this, I could tell you. He is very determined. The rivalry between these crews is tangible. You can smell it. There's that move again. Reeves riding the tight line, using the rumble strip, but Birchall committed, was not going to do a repeat manoeuvre of his Donington Park episode. He wasn't going to give it best that time. He stuck to his guns. Birchall's lead, there it is, look. And there's Reeves, Lovelock and Alto, 7 seconds behind now. I'm reading the caption on the pit wall monitor. Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes are having a flyer in 5th place. Gregory Clues and Mrs. Clues. Donna, good to see you. So the former world champion French passenger hanging around the pits here at Silverstone. Does that bode well for 2014, I wonder? Good to see Greg Clues back at Silverstone. Let's hope we see him in the coming season. I feel like I should be drawing breath, but there's absolutely no time to draw breath because it is nip and tuck here. The gap now back to Lovelock is 9 seconds, so these crews are going quicker all the time. Are we going to see a new lap record from either Tim Reeves or Ben Birchall on this 3.66 mile circuit here at Silverstone? Robin Croft, SMT Racing, had something of an upset with his rider Adam Jenkinson in Superstock, so pinning all his hopes now on Tim Reeves. He's got the championship. He'd love to see him pull off a second win here. But Birchall's now riding a tight defensive line, showing something of the form that they've demonstrated in the last 7 world champs. That is phenomenal. Why? You have to ask yourself, why did they only pick up the FIM silver medal and not sit on top of the pile? And I can tell you why, because in the early part of the season, this Suzuki, which is now going so well, had teething troubles, and they had a complete no score at one of the rounds. On the last lap then, you are going to see Tim Reeves, I'm sure, give it his best shot now. He will not like following the red and white leathers of the boys from Mansfield. Where's he going to do it, though? That is going to be the point. Oh, there's where he's going to do it. as if to answer my question, diving up the inside, back in front again, status quo, the old firm back in business. Tim and Tristan Reeves in front. Birchall, though, coming out of the slipstream again. Tim wandered across a little bit to the right-hand side, doing what he thought was the defensive line, but the bike that the Birchalls are riding is just so fast in a straight line. We saw that at Brands Hatch earlier in the season, where lap after lap after lap, they passed Tim Reeves on the fastest part of the circuit, down towards Hawthorne. Now you could argue that they might have it. We are on the last lap. Are we going to see another lunge by Tim Reeves? The gap now halfway round on the other start grid. There are 2 start grids here. Highly confusing for the commentary team and the TV director alike, I can promise you. It looks as though Tim Reeves might have shot his bolt here. His only chance really will be coming into the stadium section, and they're getting there now. He's close, he's close. He's going to have to do a block pass. That's the only way, I think, he's going to get the better of Ben Birchall. He's certainly not going to do it in a straight line. We've seen how fast the number 16 Mitchells of Mansfield Crescent Suzuki is. Is there one more tool left in the locker of Tim Reeves? I don't know. Birchall then on his way here. The sun falling fast. Luffield in, Luffield out, and now the sprint. Another right-hander, the checkered flag. Almost, they can smell it now as they round it. There it is, being waved. That's it, confirmed. Birchall's from Reeves. Wonderful, wonderful result for them. Honours even. One win apiece. Andy Peach gets the better of Roger Lovelock for a podium. Charlie Richardson's head bobbing up and down with excitement and enthusiasm. Lovelock and out, chased all the way by Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes. A very creditable performance on the Paymundo.com Yamaha. Good for them. Well done. Tuned engine or not, doesn't matter. You rode it, and you absolutely rode the bits off it. Well done, you guys. Confirmation of that. Birchall, Reeves and Peach, that's the podium. 14 seconds the gap, Andy Peach was back. Lovelock pipped on the last lap from Brown. Ricky Stevens, so the young guns getting stronger. Ben Holland recovered to 7th, but he shouldn't have put it on the grass. He was ahead of Mark Edwards. John Sharp and Chaplow. And who got the final point? Ian Trout. Well, Ben and Tom Birchall, runners-up yesterday, but they were still learning the circuit. They put that to good use today, took a new lap record. I don't know how many passing moves there were. I lost count, but it was a cracking race, Ben.
Yeah, 100%. It was brilliant. Probably one of the best races I've ever had. You know, we've had a great success this year in the World Championship, and coming back here to race Tim, that's the most I've been pushed all year. I can't say any more than that. And you know, fair moves. Nobody gave an inch, and nobody asked an inch, and yeah. It's perfect. First time we've been here, and it's took some learning. It is a difficult track, but we just plugged away at it, and yeah, our bike's perfect. It's absolutely superb. You know, it's brilliant, working really well.
Well, with 100 points up for grabs at Branch, you can see how important it's going to be between Peach, Holland and Lovelock, and even Hegarty's not out of the running. If he does a good job and gets it to the line, who knows? Edwards there from James Drown, Ricky Stevens in 9th, and the Birchalls, 85 from a couple of scores. Not bad, boys. Well done. Rumours that Gary Horsepole might be trading the Honda in for next season. Nonetheless, he's in 12th on 77. Roger Body there. He's done well, hasn't he, the series organisers. And young Brown on 28. Two former world champions at the top of their game here at the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. It does not get much better than that. But you can see just how much they both wanted it. There's one more round to go. Double points at Brands Hatch. Tim Reeves is already the champion, but there's an awful lot to do further behind him to grab the other places. So don't miss it. Thanks for watching us. Hope you enjoyed it. For now, cheerio. Bye.